they're pushing us back to the last week of August and then into September. So trying to keep it maybe a conflict with this case, for the second phase, that he's hoping that he can finish the third and second phase there.
So let me ask you this. So going forward tomorrow, what's the time frame of your requirement?
The morning is going to be at 60 potential jurors that are available for their seats.
So when we talked yesterday, he was off the record informal about what was going on with the schedule. My understanding was both sides wanted to have it where the closings all one day, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so then if we're not in session Wednesday, all right, we just won't be in session on Wednesday, and we'll come back to all the closings Thursday, and that's enough time to get both sides done, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then, so Tom, that's why Tom's here, he just wanted to verify the schedule, so he has to get the jurors for sequestration on, prepared for that Thursday night.
Okay.
All right?
Or is going to, before you let them go today, advise them that Thursday.
I'm gonna let them know what the schedule is, but Gary goes over and Tom maybe as well. We'll meet with judges, tell them what to bring, and he'll explain all that.
There's one issue we need to discuss before we start. The state introduced a video of our client, a portion of the video of our client that he did the afternoon of October 26th. I don't know what exhibit. No, it was 4 days before. 4 days before. I'm sorry. I don't know the exhibit number. They played just a portion of it. The court said to get rid of portions with the guns. And they played a portion. We, in fact, gave the, since it's in evidence, we gave a copy of the edited total video, excluding the guns pursuant to the orders of the court, and would like to play that entire video from start to finish with the edited portions dealing with the guns out. And I know the state has reviewed that to confirm that the guns were edited out.
So it's clear the statement, the whole rest of it coming in, it's just basically a promotional video for the defendant's mother and grandmother. There's statements by them that are in there that would not be admissible. All the statements of the defendant are self-serving and intended to elicit sympathy as to his upbringing or anything of that nature. He admits to committing an arson of a forest and they left that in. So it's completely self-serving. And for the purposes of sympathy, there's nothing on the issues in this case. It was introduced in limited portions of the state to show that the defendant had put out a statement and he was a victim of a drive-by and placing himself based on that documentary, which was released in December 2018, that he was a victim of a drive-by shooting.
Is that correct, Chips?
Yes, sir. I would agree.
Is that correct?
As to what the state's purpose for putting that in was?
No, as to what's contained in the rest of the.
Oh, well, it's a documentary. Now, if there is a portion concerning arson of forests, we would take that out as well, since we wouldn't want that in there. I didn't notice that to exist. But essentially, it's a documentary that the state introduced in order to demonstrate that Mr. Demons claimed it was a drive-by. It was a promotional documentary that was put out by his label, not by him. So it shouldn't have been introduced for that purpose because it's misleading as to attributing the statement at the end of the documentary to Mr. Demons. But beyond that, for the sake of completeness, what the state did was edited portions that they wanted to put in, and we're asking to put the rest in, absent any improperly prejudicial portions. And we'll take a look at it again to the extent that there's any reference to forest arson. I missed that entirely, but we would be taking that out as well.
And how long is the video?
I think the total was a 12-minute documentary. The state put in about 2.5 minutes of it, and with the edited portions, it's probably around 8 minutes or so.
Well, this, you have it here so they can play it.
It's here. And they have played this one.
All right, so why don't you play it for me?
I'm so sick of this judge. What's up, real deal? We here at the YNW Melly Day 16 governmental trial.
But yeah, we would certainly be removing any arson admissions that we overlooked.
Prosecutors will step in.
I am your favorite. I don't care who the fuck you like. I'm your favorite singer. I don't care who it is. I want everything what it is. Every mistake they made. Every good thing they did.
I don't need all that. I don't want to hear all that.
I mean, I know that shit.
They what they doing now, real deal is cutting the documentary out that they had on Melly in the case. I was trying to take the music out. I don't want to hear that music stuff. I don't know why she played his documentary for anyway. See, that's what I'm saying. I ain't never seen no case like this.
Every day I do week.
That's juvie,
Nothing new. You might go do something new, but it's really regular. Like you might go to somewhere like Orlando and people from different that's like a big trip, you know what I'm saying? So like be like this, it's crazy. You know, people don't think it's crazy because they'll never thank God for it. We all did. You got some haters just mad at the success, but now they see it, they just hate it, but they love it at the same time. So it's like both 50-50 and everybody. They love it and it's like they happy to see us. They happy to see us on the field. No, no, we were talking about that back in the day. They like, when they don't see it, it's crazy.
Hey, Lindsay.
Then we get to
it's in my Lindsay. It's in my it's in my on my channel. Go look up there at the top in my home area. It's in my home.
Man, you gotta know who to trust, you know what I'm saying? It's just all crazy now. Lord, there you stink. She ain't too many rappers like me.
Can't play that music. Lindsay, it's inside my go on my channel, go in the home area. I can't play that music, y'all. I'm trying to cut the music, y'all.
Born and then
that's his mom.
These apartments called Briarwood with my mom for a little while. Then we moved in the Mullen Giver, which was like real poor, but that's what she could afford at the time. She was trying to raise me, and then I had a baby. We were trying to raise that baby, and then I started working at Dunkin' Donuts. I was terrified. Like I was really responsible for myself, and I was like responsible for a whole person and trying not to, mess them up. It can make you or break you. There's really nothing to do. So either you got to put your head on straight, focus on your education, and find something you love, or you're going to end up in the streets. Those are your options. everybody's always trying to make it out the hood, because it is the hood. So,
42, 41, 34, same life here there. You know, I need to be catching liquors and shit, having water balloon fights. We really just grew up around this shit like animals and shit here, bro. Everybody got the same mindset, you know what I'm saying? To get a job.
That's Melly, y'all.
These kids, they all food from, ain't doing shit with their life. They accept it, so they ain't never look further to go. Ain't nobody make it out of here. They dream, they stopped them in high school. And then I learned we had the same thing going on. So small and not that many people having like that much faith. I think God just sees people like how they help. You know what I'm saying? How they help people up. And you know, my day on every morning, I'm right here with the people. That bitch right here. Every morning, I put the motherfucker.
It's on my home channel, boo.
Chris Brown, his first album.
Go on the home. Oh, go on the about. Go on about, Lindsay.
Right there. He was like, my mama just moved to Orange today. I was like, shit, my mama just moved yesterday. But so we went down there, came out there. And he said, listen, when you moved it, like, put ground on the air, they were in there. Me and his dad, we just motherfucking like, we got the same brain, like, we got bored one day and we just set all the bullets behind y'all in this fight. And this shit gonna fight. You gotta ask for what though. If I had such pain, I'm gonna be both sides. This is when I really like first had like a good thought of, because I was going to St. Peter's, like we went to school across the street from the neighborhood. And I was sad because I was like, I had to go there by myself.
That Julie, y'all.
So then when I walked in the kindergarten room, I see him, then he just started smiling and dancing. So it just made me happy. Now I want to be there. Every day now I want to be there just because he's there. I was in the 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? I remember this shit like it was yesterday. My uncle Ryan had an uncle named Ryan. Used to crack. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where the hell he at now. But I used to have to go over there after school. He had a little couch with a whole bunch of toys and shit under it. And like I seen a toy gun. I was just playing with that bitch. I'll never forget the movie on Miss Penn and Mrs. Smith. You know what I'm talking about? Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. They was in that house, that little warehouse, everything was fucked up. And he was hiding behind the shit. That bitch almost hit him. Right there, like I tried to do that shit, but I rolled with it. When I rolled, I hit my head under the couch. When I hit my head under the couch, I stayed there for a little bit. And I started waitressing at Chili's. He would sit right there in the little corner, drink his chocolate milk, color in his little coloring book, and half the time I didn't even know he was at work with me. He was so good. And if you played music or anything like that, oh, he was down to dance. He was ready to dance and perform. Always ready to perform. Yeah, I wanted to be Michael Jackson. Ever since I was like 5. When I first realized I had a voice, I was in daycare. It was like a 4th grade graduation, but he was only in kindergarten, and they had him sing the lead role for Lion King in kindergarten. I was just doing that. And in my head, it was like God was just like, you can do more than that. So really that did. I'm talking about everybody was like, what the fuck? It was just mind-blowing. He had the most beautiful voice in kindergarten. Like, he could sing, he was not shy.
He's very talented, but he got to stay out of trouble.
This little kid he's gonna be somebody. Growing up, I always was like, in the music, had a little rhythm. I wasn't taking that shit serious, I guess. I just wanted to do something with it. When he got to middle school, I feel like he was just trying to find himself. And I always believe let kids kind of, finding stuff. Like he wanted to wear the mismatched shoes, and then he went through a phase where he dyed half his hair blonde and the other half was black. And I'm like, that's what you want to do? Be your individual, be yourself. And he's always been an individual. He always did something care what nobody else had to say.
Niggas got their chest poked out and shit, thinking they tough and shit. They're gonna try you. Plus, I'm small as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going through shit at the house. Motherfucker piss me off there. Ain't nobody believing in me and shit at the time. They think I'm just playing when I say I'm gonna be a rapper. But ain't nobody believing in me. I got a lot of shit on my mind. Like I always dress like this, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think.
So all they doing is smoking.
He's always been popular, always. I don't know if it's his swag or is it just
That's
the
his
way he
grandmother,
treats people,
y'all.
but he's always had friends. You don't really see nobody doing that, but fighting or getting killed. But then to see him doing it, then that might encourage somebody else to say, hey, I don't want to do that. I want to make some money by singing and doing what I like doing, or rapping or whatever. They need some positivity in their life.
Motherfucker, school, and me and this clown grew up together. Yes, sir. Right there, bitch. You got plenty of fights right here. Especially right here, though. What, this was going down there. They ain't got no cameras right here. And the teacher can't see us up there, so we're going down. Everything right here. Want to get up? We're going to make that happen. You want to get saved? Got it. Look. I'm from here. I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody tell you that you're not going to be the same.
That's right.
You're going to be the same, all right? Thanks already.
This one man that got all that knowledge and not that acting a nut. He telling them kids some positive stuff. What's up, baby?
How bad people, how broken people be, anything, or what happened in your life. Let me say, you're going to be the same, all right? No matter what. Don't give up. Don't give up. I'm going to come back.
I like that positive inspiration that he giving to the kids, y'all. Now, y'all know I can't show this.
We are
Turn that music down. Yeah, welcome to the live. They in court right now. I'm waiting on it to come on. You can't record it. Not the original from Law and Crime. But some people do, but they don't know they can't. But I'm waiting on them. They on now. So what they are doing now is taking out his documentary. And so this is mom and them talking.
relocate his mom, to something bigger and nicer, and I'm proud of him.
What you said? Go ahead and jerk on the grandma. Grandma shit, but a great grandma. Yeah, I love it, man.
They taking out their whole documentary.
So that way I can like, you know, man, it's break it down. Oh, this is laptop right here. Damn. It's the same laptop right here.
But I know what the defense lawyer is doing is making Melly look good by showing the documentary instead of deleting the whole thing. They're gonna make us watch it.
This is my baby right here. Take care of my baby. Other than that, you got me to deal with. You don't want to deal with me. Not really.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie, like it over the better thing. You know, I'd be chilling in, like I used to be able to like run through streets, sneak out, go to his house. Go to the YouTube house, we slide to his garden.
Y'all think they doing this for a
So I
reason?
have to get in my car and go looking for him. There he is with a gang of boys. So
He never had. He can't hang around with you about shit. Never had this, never gave a fuck about what nobody said about it. We know what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We know what we so tight. That's the whole gift of talking stupid. We like this, we gonna go on that rap shit. We gonna do this, do that. And then I do. They got not, you know what I'm saying? But we do it, you know what I'm saying? They ain't get to do it. And they ain't never had faith in this.
All that telling.
They would have faith in this. They would get that shit. So they mad at me.
At the end of the day, everyone's going to be judged for something. And I mean, the amount of judgment, the love, the ridicule, all at once, he is handling it so good. You'll never see him comment, yell back, say anything. Even when people say bad things, because he knows who he is. He told me, Mom, watch, in a year, I'm going to make it. And it all happened so fast. It's like a whirlwind. You never think of having a kid at 14 that he turns out to be this like superstar.
Just getting started. You know where I'm going. Like everybody else, I'm back for everything, but I just know I'm off and down. People know me. They've seen me.
Check out all that music. Yeah, they playing Melly's whole documentary. They supposed to be deleting it out because the prosecutor playing it, but they giving me a different sense. The reason why they playing it, I don't know. Is this good for Melly? Is it going good for him? Or is it going bad for them to play his whole documentary in court? I ain't never seen nobody do this.
This how I put it. They go in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody in Florida, but majority of it is. They're letting the whole Florida come through. The whole Florida be right. Like they get jealous when another state right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you never put it in there. When the day they go to Georgia, they say, well, that nigga mad at that. You know what I'm saying? They want you to get that far. I want you to get past a certain area. You know what I'm saying? They motherfuckers go to hate. You know what I'm saying? And in their heart. They feel like I own them some. You know what I'm saying? They should be the bigger rapper. One of their dogs should be the bigger rapper. They don't want to see you go too far further. Do something to their heart. So they should just, you know what I'm saying? You never know. They should just have it in their heart when they just inside their body. They just shit. What? And I'm cheap medicine. It's just like a dream. Sitting up praying for it. It's like really hit. Everybody cried, like everybody happy. But we still hungry at the same time. We still want more.
This whole documentary. They didn't even have to play that. They could have just took it out. All right, that's the end of that. I tried to take that music out. I can't play that music. Come on. They played that whole documentary, y'all, with the words going up and down in court.
That's it, Judge. And our position would be one, for the sake of completeness. Also, the state has contrived, with no evidence whatsoever, this notion that Mr. Demons decided to kill two of his best friends for some promotion in a game. There has been not a scintilla of evidence to suggest that. It's mere speculative extrapolation from evidence that doesn't even provide the necessary foundation for such conclusions to be drawn. This indicates that the nature of Mr. Demons' relationship with the decedents 4 days prior to their death. And so we believe it's also relevant to counteract the government's notion, the state's notion that there was some hostility between them. This is a more accurate representation. This is reality, and it actually shows the affection between Mr. Demons and particularly Christopher Thomas in this video. We think for the sake of completeness, it should come in. Also, that it is also clear that it is something that was produced by somebody other than him. And to the extent that the state is introducing it to try and suggest that he claimed that it was a drive-by shooting, if the rest of the video doesn't come in full context and completeness, that which the state has admitted for an improper purpose and a misleading purpose should be stricken.
Thank you.
Stand on the previous argument, but it's for the purposes of sentencing, self-serving, has no bearing on what this case is about, all states, the mother, the grandmother, and all of those issues.
Thank you. Hold on. I sustain the objection. All right, so we can have the whole thing marked up.
Yes, we'll mark it.
Thank you.
Okay, now leave the state alone. Go on and start now.
We give the court rules on session as clerk.
Okay, all right. I'll bring the jury in.
One hand, go get it, please.
That'd be great.
Ooh, this defense things and on my last one. A bunch of They bringing the jury in, y'all. They about to get started. She did real good. The prosecutor did to be a woman facing 3 men.
Jury entry.
Melly know he about to come out of there. What? The world going on? Wait a minute. Nah, don't y'all do that. Don't do that. Wait a minute. Don't do that. Don't do us like that today. Don't do us like that today. Nah. Let me see what's going on, y'all. They don't cut us off. Hold on, yeah. The world is going.
David says the microphone in front of you will adjust up or down, but does not move back and forth. Okay, you ready to go? Yeah. Council, you may proceed.
How old are you? 24. Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
No. Your Honor, and from both of them.
Thank you. I need to know an answer from Sidewalk.
Oh, y'all, they switch up on us. They got one of Melly's friend up there, y'all.
Do you have a nickname? Yes. What is it? AD. First of all, put your hands away from your mouth because you're so tight to hear. Okay. Now I need you to speak into the mic. Do you know someone by the name of Anthony Williams?
Yes.
Do you know what his nickname is?
Set.
Do you know someone by the name of Christopher Thomas?
Yes.
Do you know what his name is?
Julie.
Do you know a person by the name of Cortland Henn?
Yes.
And do you know his name?
Yes.
What is it? Do you know, I'm sorry.
Boy.
Or B-O-R-T. Do you know, Jamel?
Yes.
You see him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
You're pointing out for us?
Okay.
This young man right there?
Yes.
You know him by another name?
Melly.
Do you know someone by the name of Trevon Glass?
Yes.
Do you know his nickname?
Fred.
Do you know someone by the name of Kobe Mills?
Yes.
And do you know his name?
Kobe.
And how about, do you know someone by the name of Dontavius Withers?
Yes.
And do you know his nickname?
Tate.
Let's start off with the first individual I named, Anthony Williams, also known as Seth. How did you meet him?
9th, 10th grade school.
How about Christopher Thomas? How did you meet him?
During school.
Portland or Portland Henn?
I met him at elementary.
How about Melly?
6th grade.
Trevon Glass.
During school, 9th to 10th grade.
And his nickname was
Confetti.
Jacoby Mills.
Since elementary.
And finally, Dontavius Withers.
Down here. Fort Lauderdale.
So you went to school with Williams, Thomas, Henry, Melly, Glass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Everybody's talking. At any time during school, did any of you have any problems with each other?
No, not at all.
Would you label yourself good friends, associates, close friends, or what?
Good friends, close friends, best friends.
Now, did Melly also have another name besides Melly and Janelle?
Yeah. What's up? We only call them that, crazy legs.
Crazy Legs. And why was he called Crazy Legs?
Because he liked to dance.
And that's why he got that nickname.
Yeah.
Was Melly a big kid, normal size kid when you guys were in school?
He's small.
did there come a time that Melly, and when I'm referring to Melly, I'm referring to this young man, Janessa.
Yes.
Did there come a time that Melly got involved in the music industry,
Yes.
specifically rap music?
Yeah, back then.
Now, you grew up where?
Vero Beach.
And you still live up in that area?
No, sir.
Where do you live?
West Point.
And by the way, what do you do for a living?
My granddad owns properties, rental properties and stuff, real estate. So we just cut grass, paint, whatever we need to
Landscaper.
keep the properties up.
I want to draw your attention to the year of 2018. Did there come a time that you came down to Broward County, Miramar, Florida?
Yes.
About when was that?
I don't remember exactly, but I want to say probably like September, July, something.
And where did you stay?
At Jamel's house.
Who else was living at Jamel's house when you came down in August or September of 2018?
Me, Jacoby, Melly, Sat, Julie,
Julie was Christopher Thomas.
yes, Tay, and Courtney.
And was Melly in the rap music business at that time?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Did you all get along together?
Yes.
Were there ever any arguments, fights amongst you guys?
No.
And is that where you met Dontavius Withers?
Yes.
And does he have a nickname?
Tay.
Who was paying the bills at the house?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Melly was.
Let's go to the day of October 25th, and so you have an idea where I am. This incident that we're here on occurred in the early morning hours of October 26th. Okay? And I'm referring to the shooting of Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas. On October 25th, the morning of, and during the day, what were you doing?
Just chilling at the house and smoking and drinking.
Who were you smoking and drinking with?
Jacoby, Tay, everybody who usually be at the house.
Okay. Williams,
Yeah.
Thomas,
Yes.
Portland Henry,
Yes.
Trevon Glass,
Yes.
Dontavius Withers.
Yes.
And were there plans to go to a recording studio that evening?
Yes.
Did you in fact go to the recording studio?
Yes.
And that was after you all were, for lack of a better term, smoking dope, weed, correct? And having a few drinks?
Yeah.
What was the drink of choice, on curiosity?
Hennessy.
Hennessy.
Yeah.
Okay. Who all went to the studio?
Me, Jacoby, Melly, Sat, Julie, Courtland, Trayvon, and Tay.
Do you all go in the same car?
No.
Going to the studio, approximately what time did you get there?
I don't remember.
Was it during the day or at night?
At night.
Did you go in the same car, or were there two cars?
We took 2 cars.
What type of cars were they?
So a Jeep and Mitsubishi.
What color was the Mitsubishi?
Red.
Will you tell this jury who got into the red Mitsubishi to go to the studio?
Me, Jacoby, Tay, and Freddie Trayvon.
Okay. And who got into the Jeep to go to the studio?
Melly, Sad, Juvie, and Boy.
Who drove? Do you know who drove the Mitsubishi to the studio?
Tay.
That would be contagious, would it?
Yeah.
You know who drove the Jeep to the studio?
I think Boy did.
Okay, that would be
Coordinator, yeah.
And what was the purpose of going to the studio?
To make music.
Did anyone fall asleep at the studio?
Yes.
Who?
We all did.
That was from the day of smoking weed and having a few drinks.
Yeah.
Fair. Did any arguments occur between any of you at the studio?
No, not at all.
Did there come a time that you all left the studio?
Yes.
Did you leave the studio earlier than what was scheduled?
Yeah, I believe so. So we all in there sleep.
Will you tell the jury who got into the red Mitsubishi?
Me, Jacoby, Trayvon, and Tate, previous.
You know who got into the Jeep?
Cortland, Jamel, Sack, and Juvie.
Where were you going? Did anyone fall asleep in your car?
Yeah, we all did except for the driver.
Did there come a time that you were woken up before you got to the house?
Yes.
What happened?
We pulled over, and that's when Melly got in the car with us.
Do you know where you pulled over?
I don't really remember.
Were you woken up?
Yeah, but because I was getting pushed over a little bit.
Okay. And are you 100% sure that this young man got into the red Mitsubishi?
Yes.
What happened to the Jeep?
I think they just kept going.
Where'd you go? Did he have to unlock the door?
Yes.
Do you know who has the keys to Melly's house on October 26th in the early morning hours?
Jamel and Gordon. They the only one who had keys to the house.
Did you have a key to the house?
No.
Did Williams have a key to the house?
No.
Did Christopher Thomas have a key to the house?
No.
Did Trevon Glass have a key to the house?
No.
Did Jacoby Mills have a key to the house?
No.
And how about Dontavius Swift? Did he have a key?
No.
Okay. So the only two people you know who had a key to the house was this young man
Yes.
and Cortland Henry.
Yes.
Did you see this young man unlock the door of the house?
Yes.
Who was the last person to get out of the red Mitsubishi to go inside the house?
Trayvon, he was in the car still asleep.
He was in the car asleep when you got to his house?
Yeah.
Did you see where Melly went?
To his room.
And where was his bedroom?
When you first walked in the house, came missing, it's right down the left.
Okay. This is a 1 or 2 story house.
To his room.
And where was his bedroom?
When you first walked in the house, came missing, it's right down the left.
Okay.
This is a 1 or 2 story house.
2.
Where did you go? Where did Dontavius Withers go? Where? I'll bring it up.
Thank you.
Do you know where Dontavius Withers went?
To the room upstairs.
Dontavius Withers went?
Do you know where Trevon Glass went?
To the room upstairs.
know where Trevon Glass went?
To the room upstairs.
Do you know where Jacoby Mills went?
He slept on me.
So the three of you, the four of you went upstairs, correct? And this young man went into his bedroom.
Yes.
How many people went upstairs to go to sleep? And you?
Yeah.
That would be
Me, Jacoby, Melly. Well, no, Melly's downstairs in his room. Me, Jacoby, Fetty, and Tay. So 4 of us.
okay. And Melly went to his bedroom.
Yes.
Did there come a time in the early morning hours that you were woken up and heard some distressing news?
Yes.
What did you hear?
That second Julie was shot.
When you
Wonderful.
heard that, did you see Melly in the house?
Yes.
Did you see Melly how he was dressed in the house?
Yes.
What was he wearing?
Shorts and a t-shirt. Okay.
Upon hearing that Saxon Juvie, and I really should use the correct names, Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas were shot. What did you guys do?
We were already dressed and stuff, so we just left with Fredo's house.
Mm.
Was anybody upset or crying?
Yeah, we all were crying.
Mhm.
Was this young man crying?
Yes.
Are you sure of that?
Positive.
And where'd you go?
Fredo's house.
That would be Fredo Bank.
Yeah.
Fredo need to be in court.
Trevor Gibbons, by any chance?
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Did there come a time after you got to the house of Fredo Bang that Cortland Henry showed up?
Yes.
Did Cortland Henry tell you what happened?
Yeah, he said it was a drive-by.
When Cortland Henry arrived at Fredo Bang's house, was Melly there?
Yes.
Did you eventually leave that house?
Yes.
Approximately what time did you leave that house?
I really don't remember.
Where'd you go?
Back to Jamel's house.
Who went with you?
Me, Trayvon, Jacoby, and Fetty.
By the way, when you first learned that Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas were shot at the house with Melly, did anyone get on the phone?
Yeah.
Did anyone have any problem locating their phone?
Yes.
Who was that?
Jamel.
The chief. Chief. What would you think?
You, when I backed up for a minute, you were telling the jury that, you went back to Melly's house.
Mhm.
You got an answer, yes or no? She
Oh,
told
yes.
she didn't say it down. How'd you get in?
The door was unlocked.
Were you aware whether or not Melly had a contractual agreement to do a video shoot that day?
Yeah, it was something like that. I know he probably would have lost a lot of money if he didn't go to the music video. He was upset.
Melly crying at Frito Bank's house?
Yes.
Were you crying?
Yes.
Because you all grew up together.
Mhm. Yes.
Now, did you in fact tell what happened on October 25th and 26th to this particular prosecutor?
Yes.
Were any of us, any of the lawyers present?
Objection, relevance.
Same.
Did you tell the prosecutor, when you spoke to the prosecutor, were you under oath,
Yes.
sworn to tell the truth?
Yes.
Objection, preferable strength.
Same.
Are you 100% sure
Objection, asked and answered.
that Melly got into the red Mitsubishi to go home?
Yes.
Are you 100% sure that this young man learned of the shooting of his friends at the exact same time you learned of it?
Yes.
And that was at the house.
Yes.
Are you 100% sure that when people were getting on the phone, that this young man was looking for his phone to call people?
Yes.
So y'all saying y'all set Melly up.
May I have one moment, please?
Yes.
So that's what y'all trying to say. What y'all think, real deal? You think they trying to say that?
I have no further questions.
My,
Is there any cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're ready to proceed.
Mr. Yates, you said you're 100% sure that Mr. Dennis found out at the same time you did.
Yes.
No questions about that. You're sure he was at that house.
Yes.
And you were upstairs?
Yes, ma'am.
He was downstairs.
Yes.
So you're sure he was there, you could see.
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And you are 100% sure his phone was missing.
Yes.
Where in this statement on May 5th did you ever say that?
Objection.
Objection.
It was never asked.
Counsel, so I guess the objection is improper impeachment, so we're free to play.
So, you met with me on May 5th, 2022, you remember that?
Yes.
And you remember sitting down, you were present? That's a yes?
Yes.
Your two attorneys were present that you brought? That's a yes?
Yes.
And I asked you questions for quite a number of hours. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And do you remember being asked if you had met with anyone else with regards to this case?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember being asked if you had met prior to speaking with me with the attorney sitting over to the left?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know who they were, and my lawyers told you that.
Okay.
I didn't know their names.
But you remember meeting with them?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember asking and being asked a question about what you talked about with them?
Yes.
you remember what you told them?
No.
Do you remember what you told them now?
Yes.
So are you telling the jury that when you were speaking with me, you forgot?
As of what I'm telling them now, as of right now, yes.
So on the phone, on that, do you remember Mr. Devins having passcode on his cell phone back then?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? And in terms of the police trying to find if there was one on that cell phone?
No.
Did you know passcode?
I don't think so. I don't even remember if we have one. We all use this phone sometimes. We all use each other's phones.
So you would use his cell phone? Why?
Talk to females.
You pretend you had to get women, but you couldn't get them on your own?
I'm not sure.
Why would you use his phone?
Let me rule before you ask the next question, all right? It's over, go ahead, answer your question, go ahead, ask the next question.
So, with regards to your living situation there, you were not paying any rent, right?
No.
And nobody was paying any rent in that house except for the defendant.
Yeah, sure.
So, do you remember that evening driving to the studio?
Yes.
You remember who was in which car?
On the way there, yes.
And you remember who was on each car on the way back?
Yes.
Okay. Were there any threats that were made to anyone that night?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone have any other conversations or discussions about threats from outside parties?
No, ma'am.
Was anyone worried about their safety?
No, ma'am. But Melly's a rapper. He's always going to be a target.
I'm sorry.
I said he's a rapper, so he's always going to be a target.
Okay.
He gonna always be a tough.
And do you remember
Not
stopping
necessarily.
on the side of the road?
Yes.
Where did you stop?
I don't remember. It's like flashes and blinks, drinking and smoking, so I just know we stopped.
You know you stopped.
Yeah.
And do you remember if that was on a highway?
Not at all.
Okay, do you remember if it was on a divided 4-lane road?
No, ma'am.
Do you remember if you guys were using GPS to get home?
No, ma'am.
And do you remember if you knew the route home?
No,
Do you remember what phone number you had back then?
no, ma'am.
You don't remember your phone number?
5 years ago. So.
Do you remember if you were awake or asleep?
Just told you. We were asleep.
You were asleep.
Yeah.
And you said you were intoxicated?
You answer all that.
Yes.
Do you know why your car stopped?
No.
Do you have any conversations or messages with the defendant?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a phone call with him?
No, ma'am.
When you stopped, was it right in front of the residence?
Yeah, I believe so.
Have you ever answered that question differently?
I don't think so.
If I were to show you your statement from May 5th of 2022, would that help you in answering if you'd ever said something different than what you just testified in court?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, approaching with page 33 of the statement, counsel.
She about to wear they butts out.
Yourself.
One line?
Lines 18 through 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically told you.
Okay, so now your answer is I don't remember if the sheet was in front, but the Mitsubishi was in front.
If you watch the video, they come out first, so like if it was in front of us,
But you watched the video.
you showed it to me.
In terms of the trial, you've been watching that online?
No, ma'am.
In terms of when you got home, you mentioned that you said Mr. Gannon went to his room.
Yes.
Have you ever answered that question differently?
No.
Okay. On May 5th, 2022, remember that statement?
Uh-huh.
At that point, did you say, I don't know where he went, and I assume his room?
I don't know.
You don't. But may your statement help refresh your recollection on that?
Yes.
Okay, page 34, lines 12 and 13, counsel. previously gave a different statement that you didn't know where he went and you were assuming he went to his room.
Yeah.
So with regards to the car, you're saying that you got pushed over when somebody got in the car?
Yeah.
And
It's
with
yes.
regards to being pushed over, did you wake up when that happened?
Like it was flashes. Like yeah, I guess you could say I woke up.
Okay. And did they move you over or climb over you?
I don't remember.
Have you ever made a statement that's different than that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay. Again, page 33. Question was asked, did they climb over to get you to the middle of, over you to get to the middle of the back seat? Your answer was, I think I was at the window, so no, I think they might have climbed over.
Okay.
So is it your testimony that somebody climbed over you or you pushed over?
I mean,
Or that you don't remember?
yeah, I don't really remember.
You don't really remember?
Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of the phone, right? Did you see anyone get into that gray Jeep?
No.
You remember going to Frito Bank's house?
Yes.
And you remember seeing the defendant there? Is that a yes?
Yeah, he was there with us.
And you remember leaving there afterwards?
Yes.
And you remember going back to the defendant's house?
Yes.
Okay. And you remember at that point that when you went back to the defendant's house, it was you, Travion, Glass, or Fetty, and Jacoby Mouse. That's it.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. And you said that you were in and out of sleep and intoxicated.
Yes.
And in terms of you remember that Travion was the last person to get out of the car?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Do you believe so, or do you remember? Which is it?
Yes.
And you know, and you mentioned about Mr. Demmons looking for his phone, right?
Yes.
So of course he used your phone to call it and try and find it, right?
I don't remember.
You don't remember how he was trying to find his phone?
Just in the house looking for it, just like you would do if you lost yours.
So he didn't, try and do Find My iPhone or anything like that. Of course he used yours to do that, right?
I don't remember.
Of course he used something like, an Apple iWatch and set it up.
Objection, there's no testimony that he had it.
Excuse me. One at a time, you asked the question, objection notice, overruled.
So of course he did all that. He went on Find My iPhone and he's looking for it.
I don't remember.
You don't remember. Okay. And of course he is using everybody else's phone to try and find it.
I don't know.
You don't remember. Okay. But conveniently the phone's missing that moment.
Objection to the same.
Yes.
I sustain the objection.
So with regards to your conversation, you texted back and forth with the defendant prior to this event occurring, right?
Yes.
And he had sent you a picture of his driver's license from that phone number.
Yes.
So you knew Mr. Demmons, the defendant Melly, to use that cell phone 772-713-9807.
I don't know what the numbers is.
You have it saved in your phone, right?
Yeah, but I can't just remember a phone number like that.
And your testimony is that he's looking all over the house.
Yeah.
So in terms of the phone, did you see it again? That's it?
I don't remember.
Okay. And in terms of the phone traveling up to the video shoot up in Cocoa, you don't know how the phone got up there.
I don't know.
And you didn't shoot Mr. Williams or Mr. Thomas, right?
No.
But you know who we're talking about, right?
Chris and Anthony.
Yes. And in terms of the messages and things for Mr. Henry, you're aware that his phone was broken at that time, right?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
In terms of Mr. Demons, you know he was dating Mariah Hamilton.
Yeah.
You know that Mr. Demons would FaceTime her and write
Objection.
What's the objection?
There's no evidence of that.
I don't know.
So you know then Mr. Demons would,
Excuse me. Use the correct name.
Mr. Demons, my apologies. Mr. Demons would FaceTime and video chat frequently.
Just because that's how it works.
That's who talking, y'all. I'm gonna have to take your face down. Real deal.
And Mr. Davis, you never met with Detective Mark Money? You never gave a statement?
No, ma'am.
And so the first time that you ever said anything about the phone being missing was today, July 18, 2023.
Yes, I believe so.
Nothing further down.
Secret questions.
Request.
Detective Moretti never even talked to you during this investigation, did he?
No, sir.
And the bottom line is, at the time you learned that Christopher and Anthony were shot, Zach and Juvie were shot, this man was at his house, correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you tell that to the state?
Yes.
And then were they the first ones who contacted you about this case?
Yes.
Thank you.
This witness excused?
Yes.
Sir, thank you very much. You may step down. You're excused.
All right, he gone, y'all.
Counselor?
We would, at this time,
Ladies and gentlemen, I need a few minutes with the attorneys. Do not discuss the case. Don't form any opinion about the case. Don't allow anyone to discuss the case in your presence. Serving no research. All right, just leave your own heads on the chair. Thank you.
My thing is, y'all. My thing is, Melly just smile. Melly, you need to wait, baby. Stop all that cheesing, baby. Wait till the end. He just smiling. Y'all need to stop. Leave that boy alone.
Jury stepped out, counsel remained, along with the defendant. And I guess Mr. Demons, need to talk to you, ask you a few questions. All right? You heard what your attorney said. He said he's rested and no further witnesses. Do you hear that? All right, now, I don't know what discussions you had with your attorneys. You've got competent lawyers here. I mean, you've seen them perform here. You've discussed things with them, I assume, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you have a right to testify, and you also have a right not to testify. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that if you do testify, I'm going to instruct the jury that they have to consider your testimony as they would any other witness. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And if you don't testify, I'm going to instruct the jury that you have a right not to testify, and they can't consider that, hold that against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So my question, I guess, is do you have enough time to talk about this issue about you testifying or not testifying? Did you have enough time to discuss that with your attorneys?
Yes, sir.
Did they answer all your questions?
Yes, sir.
And what is your decision?
I will not testify.
Ah!
You will not be testifying.
Cause he gonna get
Forcing
busted.
you or coercing you to make this decision.
No, sir.
Anybody make any promises or on the contrary make any threats to get you not to testify?
No, sir.
He better not get up on that
This is your free and
stand.
voluntary decision.
Yes, sir.
So let me go further. You heard your attorney said he rests, he's not going to call any other witness. That includes you, but no other witnesses. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other witnesses that you wanted your attorneys to call and present to the jury?
No, sir.
Any other evidence that you wanted your attorneys to present to this jury?
No, sir.
You good? You satisfied with their performance?
Yes, sir.
All right, and everything that you wanted the jury to hear and listen to is before the jury. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Let me ask, State, are you going to call any other witnesses?
Mayor,
So the state's going to rest as well.
Woo!
yes, sir.
What happened with Mr. Brendan Collins? He's not going to be used, I guess.
No,
He
sir.
just emailed me last night saying that they were not going to be calling him and he could be excused. I forwarded that email to Mr. Collins.
Thank you. So both sides have rested.
That's correct, sir.
And now the pleasure is, well, we can talk about the jury instructions, but what about the closing argument? We're going to do that on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
So I'll tell the jury that come back Thursday. That's what the parties agreed to, and tell them to pack a bag. And Tom and Gary, you're going to talk to the jury about that, what they need and what they can anticipate.
That's right.
And about the cars, where they park the cars.
Yes, sir.
There's a whole host of things he has to go over with the jury when they back on about special flags, everything.
All right, y'all. They getting ready to do the closing argument, y'all. About to do the closing argument on Thursday. Wednesday they won't have court. Melly didn't take the stand. That was one of the best things he could have ever done, because I'm telling you now, the prosecutor was gonna eat him up. So my question is to the real deal. Before I let y'all go, my question to the real deal, about the real deal, not just that set. With the defense attorneys, they are quite confident that Melly is safe, that he's not guilty. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he's still guilty or not guilty? So put it over there when you get a chance. Put it over there in the chat. This is getting serious. But it's not up to us. It's up to the jury. Let the prosecutor prove their case with Melly. Now, to be honest with y'all, of course his friends gonna take up for him. Y'all need, the question is, who did that to them two best friends? That's all on best friend. Why that side of the car? Why Juvie and Sat Chase? Who did it? If Melly didn't do it, who did it? Did the prosecutor prove that Melly was involved? Right. Closing argument will tell. The closing argument will tell. When y'all get a chance, go up in the community and select not guilty. I think I did it with Melly. I'm not sure. I think I did the guilty thing. Oh, boy. I don't see him. Let's see if they find him guilty. He's gonna get. I don't see him guilty of getting the. I see him guilty of being involved. I think he guilty. I really do, y'all. And all of that with them with the same phone, that's bull. That BS. That phone they talking about, everyone uses. They are only speaking of the phone like a house phone, one cell phone that they use for the house phone. That's what they saying. But everybody got their own cell phone. Duh, we already know how young people is, because it's so hard for the kids to stay off their phone in the class. So you know they all got their own cell phone. So no joke. Now the only thing that's gonna happen here now is inside the car thing. Boiling gonna be the one gonna get this, y'all. He's gonna get the punishment. I'm telling y'all now. They put all the pressure now is on Boiling. They couldn't have shot themselves. Boiling, like I already told the detective that Melly wasn't in the car. He lied. He lied. Now let's get something straight. Real deal. If you're not a real deal and you're not working with us with this case, we all make mistakes. It's no such thing as nobody misinforming anyone. We get it from the courtroom, okay? I cannot tell you the place where Boiling said was where the drive-by was. The detective said that where Boiling said that where he claimed the drive-by wasn't where the drive-by was. Let me tell y'all something. I'm smart than you think I am. Okay? I use psychology to get what I want. Okay? So this Boiling lied. Boiling misinformed the detective that where the drive-by, he lied where the drive-by was. Not the real deal, because I wasn't there. Boiling lied. That's why the officer said where the bullet shells, where they was, it was a bullet shell on the ground. I know what I'm talking about, man. Y'all need to get educated. Some of these folks out here, if you're not a real deal, don't do it. But all I need to know from only my real deals. Only my real deals, because you're gonna have to be real in this case. Me, I don't think I think all of them involved in this. I don't understand how it just come down to two boys. That's my thing. I don't understand how it just come down to them two. If it just came down to Boiling and Melly, then it's their own show. But the main thing is, do y'all think that the prosecutor built up enough proof? Was the witness powerful enough? The detective? To me, the detective is kind of shady. I think that a lot of them should have been in the court. I think Fredo Baines should have been in the court. I think he should have been in there. Why wasn't he in there? Why wasn't they questioned these people, but why wasn't they in court? 100K track. He got rid of the gun. To me, it seemed like everybody was for Melly. Let's get Melly out of jail, because y'all don't misinform. Y'all look like me, the whole court, everybody who had him locked down the first time knew he wasn't supposed to be locked down. Cause y'all, I'm about to go eat me something. I ain't ate all morning. This is serious. This is those young men, parents. I really feel sorry for them. Cause their sons are gone. And if anybody get away with this, something ain't right. That ain't right. 2 boys were shot up in the car. Real deal. 2 guys, 2 young men that were very close to each other. It seemed like somebody just shot them to death. From the inside of the car to the outside of the car. Why Boiling ain't shot? Why Melly didn't get shot? Melly, we all saw what car Melly got in. I told y'all, observing what was which car he came in, why we couldn't see a video of them coming. We saw the video of them leaving, but I don't believe Melly got in that car with them on the way. I really don't. And why they left that out, I don't understand that part. Coming to the studio was very important because they would have told you who came in together and who left out together. But I just think that Melly didn't come in that car. Melly did not. I believe Melly came in that red Jeep. But Melly didn't go back out that red Jeep. But the only reason why I'm saying that because Juvie was gonna get on the driver's side because he knew Stat Chase had longer legs and there wasn't gonna be no room behind that seat. So he was gonna get it behind the driver's seat because he has shorter legs. This case right here was fixed to me. I think it's a fixed case. They weren't trying to do nothing to nobody. Boiling, they gonna eat Boiling up. Boiling gonna get ate up. Boiling was ate up. Somebody sacrificed it, Melly friends for him to be where he is on top. Allegedly. It didn't have to be him do it. They could have made arrangement some other kind of way. We don't know. We don't know. All right, real deal. They doing the closing argument. They not working tomorrow. They not working tomorrow. The closing argument gonna be a very important thing that we're gonna do tomorrow. On Thursday. That is it. The closing argument is it with Melly. They act like they celebrated the day in court. To me, when they showed his whole video, they showed that boy a whole documentary in the court today. And all I heard was positive stuff coming from that documentary. But that's just the documentary, okay? But that wasn't the things that he do. When you're high, you'll do a lot of things you don't supposed to do. So right now he's sober, so he cool. Very talented young man. If he get out, I hope he stay focused, but don't get back in the wildlife. I don't know. I don't know. I still say he guilty. If he get out, he just get out. I say he guilty, but not. I don't think he's guilty. I don't think he's alone. I don't think he's alone. He's guilty not for them to be giving this boy the death penalty. I don't think so like that. And then if they're gonna do him time, they can get him time served like that for what he did. So I see it like that, them giving him time served. But the death penalty, he should have never been in there for the death penalty. Not from what I accomplished on this trial going with him. These folks were dumbfounded to me. No, he didn't need the death. They shouldn't even gave him. I don't even know how the first court. I can't remember how the first court went, but I did do it. I don't think they were this though. But this right here, I think they accused that boy. But other than that, I find him guilty, but not guilty. I call him it's guilty, but not for no death penalty. I don't even know how they got to that point. But y'all like, share, and subscribe. Put your reaction over there in the box. And before I leave, I want y'all to get an understanding. I'm working my whole channel by myself. So I'm gonna make mistakes and I'm gonna make errors. I do plenty of cases, not just this case though. If I make mistake, I'm human. I don't have no help, so I'm doing it by myself. So don't be so prejudiced about that, okay? I'm out.